expensive phase. As you can see, I got it at $7 million, $7.75 million. And the infrastructure is really important there. That's the parking lot, the new office transition building. This is a very large transition building too. It's actually 3,800 square feet on a floor plate, per floor plate, and there's 3 floors plus a basement. And so these numbers reflect that, $7.75 million, and that's the actual construction cost is $5.5 million for that. So you can see roughly $2 million goes into soft costs there. So I think there's a lot of room to work around this, and to make this work one way or another financially. Like, for example, we're building a huge gym here. I mean, this design is proposing a huge gym. It's literally 2 gyms. So that's a lot of money. That's $2.5 million, bucks right there for that thing. So, and quite frankly, the office building is another $2 million. So it's almost as much as the gym. So these things can all change, size, parameters, but that's what we have to discover. But at least we have some target numbers. Phase 3 is 5.9, and the soft costs, or the construction of that, is 3.9, almost $4 million for the hard costs, and actually for the building. Another almost $500,000 for furnishing in that section. And so I've broken it out to furnishings, construction amounts, and then I've got architectural engineering for soft costs, additional services, with regards to engineering and architecture, testings, local fees, permits, startup expenses, construction management. I have it 10%. So the construction management for, say, phase 3 is $500,000 bucks, and I put in a $5.5 million or $550,000 contingency. So I really feel like I can stand behind these numbers, and the only reason that I can is because I took these drawings to a point where I could actually understand where they were going and what the cost could be. So again, that's where we are. That also includes about $100,000 worth of other miscellaneous type of equipment and things like audio, video, and sound, lighting, security, some computer systems. So it brings us to the opportunities and challenges, which I don't want to get into in great detail here, but one of the biggest opportunities we have here is that we already are the hardest community. We're at the heart. We are the heart. There is, that's going to get us a lot of mileage. We've already got lots of programs established. There's huge success there. We've got 2 needs assessments done, like not just 1 but 2, both saying the same thing. Everybody supports the place. The design, construction the course has already been set. It's not like we have to rethink it. We're started. And the area redevelopment plan is near completion. We're definitely fitting into that now. We've spent a lot of time talking to those guys to make sure that they know where we are and what we're doing, and it would seem apparent that we're the hub. One of the other opportunities again is the church and the Optimist Club. I really think that the Optimist Club is a really huge opportunity for us. And I don't mean a little. I think they could help us raise our funds 5-fold over what they are prepared to give us. This guy is so connected. There's 1,600 members already there. They're also in the city of Calgary. So these guys are connected. It's the whole city of Calgary that's going to be coming out here. So not only is there funds, connections, you've got 1,600 kids that are participating in groups that have nowhere to go almost now. It's really disintegrated as far as facilities for them. And their bands are hugely world-renowned. I mean, these guys are impressive. The Stampede Marching Band, I mean, I'm not a marching band fanatic or anything. I know you guys probably are, but I really am not. But, it's a huge deal. These guys go around the world. They're incredible. on that note, so they're all coming from Calgary. So another opportunity there, it's not really created, but it would be helped by them, is that the transportation stuff that has to happen. We are close enough to the city, but that's another big opportunity, is dealing with the transportation, public transportation logistics that are going on right now. I've spent quite a bit of time involved with the Calgary Regional Planning Group now. I think I'm actually going to get involved in some of the stuff they're doing. I think they're going to bring me in July or June for that. But one of the big things that they're talking about in this regional planning is the transportation aspect. They're already bringing the transportation, out to Crowfoot and beyond, thanks to Harper, of course. I think had a lot to do with that. We've got a world-class LRT situation right there at our back door, and they're going to bring, they're going to start busing from Crowfoot out to Cochrane. This would be the perfect, pretty much at this point, the only hub to stop at. So I could see that already kind of something that we could work. It's an opportunity anyway to get some public transportation out here, get kids out here, and just creating a sustainable development here, in all the different ways we've talked economically, our energy, economics and energy, environment, aesthetic, I think is really important. We want to set the tone for the whole stinking, Bears Paw, because we're the only game in town right now. And if we can set the tone, I think it'll have a huge impact on this community, because there's nothing else, and it's going to develop. It's already happening. It's an incredible place, and if we can set the tone, that's huge. There's the partnerships with the school and other stakeholders, but the school is really important. Some of the things that we can achieve through and with them is going to be huge. Challenges, obviously, number one challenge is funding. We got to get commitments for funding. We've got, that's our big effort that we have to do. We have to implement a marketing plan to do the funding. We have to figure out a scope of work that works synergistically with is synergistic with the funding commitments, so that this plan that I'm showing now changes and grows with it. We've got to capitalize the team. We've got to have funds to be able to provide to team members. We've got to create a team, and we really, it's a huge effort that we have to do. Moving site infrastructure is, obviously important. Stakeholder involvement, making sure they're aware of what we're doing, where we're going. Approval from the immediate neighborhood, I think, is a really big one. We haven't talked a lot about. I think there's a big issue there. I think we want to make sure that the immediate neighbors here are all aware of what we're doing and actually help us grow the design rather than just find out about it later. So that's another thing that goes along with marketing. I think the more we get this project out to the community and get them to commit to some funds possibly, and also to push the MD to get funds available for us is really critical. We certainly don't want our immediate neighborhoods going, well, wait a second, I never even heard about that. So those kinds of things. There's public transportation logistics. We've got to get something going there. That's an issue. Just connecting the community. That's a big concern. Possibly a overpass, is a big issue that we need to get happening, which I think we could probably achieve fairly easily if we worked at it. But still a big challenge. Setting the standard and then just even possible financing strategies. So, we got a lot here. So, I kind of just went through it anyway, but implement a marketing strategy plan for fundraising, getting some preliminary design process so that it's working with the marketing strategy, and so that we can come up with a scope of work that works with our funds, so that we can actually start setting target budgets and costing, and then work the design and get the design set early on in the process, so that we're not flailing around with that later and running the costs up. So that's really important to determine what our costs are. Get our partnership opportunities set up and engaged and working with everybody, and everybody's understands where we're going with this thing. I think public awareness is really a big thing. get the infrastructure defined and property lines, the codes, and all the other parameters that are involved in just the basic logistics of building a building here. Discussions with the school on the expansion and how we can work with them, and the property line's a big issue. We've got to resolve that. What other partnership opportunities we can have. Start site prep, the sewer stuff and the other tie-ins in the parking lot. We could possibly start with fill right now in this trench out here. That's important. Develop a master plan to determine the impact of the expansion on the hood. Make sure they're happy, as we already talked about. Solicit immediate neighborhood resident input.